making his MMA debut next Saturday night at XFC 36, going down at the Mansfield Tavern, July 28th. I'm here with Mitch, the Thundercat Mclaren. G'day, mate. How you doing?
Wombat, what's going on?
Mate, I'm loving life. I don't know where you are. It's a little bit shady and dark. What's going on behind you, buddy?
Oh, that doesn't matter, mate.
Now, mate, last time I seen you, we were actually not even in this country. We were over in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And you're actually doing a little bit of camera work for the Ramen Chokehold, weren't you, mate?
I was trying to. Didn't turn out too well, though, did it?
Oh, mate, it's still got a gig on YouTube, so it wasn't that bad. But we were obviously over there for your brother, Reece. Reece Mclaren's your brother. And yep. And that was an amazing experience for us. And I hung out with you quite a bit, didn't I, mate?
Yeah, no, that was an unreal trip, man. I can't wait for the next one.
And what was like your favorite? Obviously, apart from the fight night, what was your favorite part of that trip?
Oh man, just like hanging around for the ONE Superstars, just like seeing Angela and Christian in the foyer and stuff. I was a bit of a fanboy.
Yeah, so and that must be pretty cool for you. And not only that, but now your brother's basically got a world title shot next. Fingers crossed. What's that like for you? That must be pretty insane. I know what it's like for me. It's insane for me. So what's it like looking at your brother when he's in there actually getting it done in that sort of a spotlight, when you walk down that ramp and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, man, it's crazy to see how far he's come. Well, as you know, how hard he works. So it's really good for our family. We're super proud of him. We've always supported him, and now he's going real well.
But mate, not only that, he did debut, and I must quote him, as the worst corner man in history. Now, I had to bring it up. We've got to talk about it. He claims that you've lost his mouth guard.
Look, there's a bit of speculation about that, but it's definitely Mr. Vincent Perry, not me.
So we'll leave it at that, mate. But we have to introduce you that way because obviously you're debuting on XFC, and Reece actually was an XFC champion. So what's that kind of like? You've seen him progress through the XFC ranks, and here you are making your debut next weekend on the same promotion.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited. Like, what a good show to debut on. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, Reece, he's big shoes to fill, but I'm ready.
Now, mate, speaking of brothers, you're actually taking on one half of the McConnell brothers and Wade McConnell. What's that like? You only found that, I think you mentioned it on social media because the other brothers fighting one of Reece's teammates in Tom Nolan, so Reece will actually be in Tom's corner for that as well. So that's a little bit strange, There's brothers left, right, and centre going on.
Yeah, Big Tommy is going to defend his belt once again. Man, he's good for an 18-year-old, eh? Crazy.
Oh, mate, it's good that you can sort of notice the levels of that because he's actually really top of the tree when it comes to amateurs, and he's got a hard test against the other brother. But let's talk about your fight, my man. And what's Tribal doing up there for you to prepare yourself against someone that you obviously don't really know anything about?
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, there's no footage to study or anything, but we got a really good team up here in Tribal. We just opened up a new gym while we expanded. Something like 80 square meters of mats, which is crazy. We were only rolling on 30, so it's a big difference. But one of our head trainers, Connor Birch, he's a former XFC lightweight amateur champ. Crazy stand-up, so we're in good hands here.
And, mate, how are you mentally preparing for this? This is obviously your first go-around. You're an amateur. You're making your amateur debut. And, not a lot of people sort of get their story out when they debut. And, obviously, we're only a little bit over a week away from when you go into the cage for the first time for real. What's that like inside your head, brother? Like, what's going on for you? Are you mentally preparing yourself?
I've been pretty cash, really, man. Like, really, the last few days I'm just starting to think about it. Like, it's starting to get real, but, man, I'm so excited.
Now, speaking about getting real, it must be pretty real, mate, with the diet. You've obviously got to hit a number. This is the first time you're making weight and cutting weight and all that. How's that been going? How's the diet been holding up?
Nah, pretty good, man. Seriously, the last 6 weeks I've been walking around at 64, really. So I've been pretty lucky. Just the last week I've started to clean up my diet. No more Milos.
That was actually leading into my next question. I'm going to literally show you my list of questions, and that's leading into my next question because that's how I've stacked it. Because we now come to your fight nickname, and your fight nickname's Thundercat. Now, Reece is obviously lightning, and you've thrown the thunder out there. But I said, and I quote, mate, this should be your nickname. You are, and you will forever be, the Milo King.
The Milo King.
I want you, honestly, I want you to try and tell me in Malaysia how many Milos you reckon you had that week. Because, mate, me and Reece are tipping like 50.
Look, it's between 50 and 60 for sure.
So your name's up for debate still. I think I'm actually commentating, so I think I'm going to be calling out the Milo King rather than Thundercat. So I'm going to apologise in advance for that, brother.
You can get me a sponsorship with them. That'll be all good.
Not too good for the weight cut, my man. Not too good at all. But, hey, listen, you've also got another guy from Tribal who's making his debut on the card as well in Mike Cooper. How's he been looking in the gym, mate?
Oh, man, Mike's massive. He's something like a former Australian arm wrestler or something, like champion. So, dude's so strong. But, no, he's cutting a bit of weight, but he's going well. I'm excited to see him.
Awesome, man. Now, lastly, we've got to take care of business because if people want to go down and watch you in your debut, you obviously must be selling some tickets. You know, have you got some people buying tickets to come down and see you? And obviously, there's still a little bit of time left. How can they get a hold of you to actually grab a ticket to come down to the Mansfield and watch you throw down?
Yeah, so if you want to come watch me fight, you can just jump onto XFC Facebook page. I'm pretty much out of tickets at the moment. I had to get Maddie to send me a few more, so I'm just waiting on them. But no, I got a few people to come and watch, so I'm excited to put on a show for him.
Well, mate, let me tell you, hit him up. As soon as we finish this interview, make sure you send him a message. I know for a fact he'll send them to you via express post, my man. That's for damn sure. But, mate, lastly, did you see, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I'm sure you did, but the ONE Championship piece that they did on your dad, Vinny? We got to hang out with Vinny as well over in Malaysia. Obviously, you know him a little bit better than what I do. How cool's that, my man? I mean, that was a fantastic piece. They did such a good job. And what do you got to say about your old man?
You know, Dad's a legend. What can I say? He's been such an inspiration for us boys. How hard he works, how much he's done for us. Now it's our time to repay him.
And he's obviously going to be there, so can't wait to catch up and have a beer with him. But, mate, lastly, shout out to anyone that you want to give a shout out to. This is your moment. This is we're breaking ice here, mate. This is your first interview. So who do you want to shout out that's sort of got you all the way up until this point?
Oh, man, obviously everyone down at Tribal, all my training partners, especially my coaches, Paul Birch, Connor Birch, my family for being so supportive, my amazing girlfriend, she's very supportive as well, and everyone that's going to come and watch us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there he is, Mitch Thundercat Mclaren. It's all going down next Saturday night at XFC 36, July 28th. Mitch, thanks so much for spending some time with me, mate, and I'll see you next week at weigh-ins. You
will. All righty. Time for a Milo.
Make weight.